Yes, we're finally back to crocheting again. So stay tuned to learn how to make these two very simple crochet flowers. Before we get started crocheting, hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, hit that bell notification so you can get notified whenever I post a video. At this point, it really doesn't matter what kind of crochet hook you use, but in this case, I use a 3mm hook, and I'm going to be using two types or two colors of yarn, and I'm going to start with a chain 15. Now we're going to join one end to the other to make a little loop. You can pull this end here to tighten it. Next, we're going to yarn over and we're going to chain 2, and we're going to start doing a double crochet evenly around this loop. Now, it doesn't matter how many are in this loop, just as long as it's all even. And this is what it should look like. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to join in the top of the chain that we did. Now you're just going to cut the end and you're just going to pull it all the way through, and that locks it in. And then we're going to cut the ends and we're going to thread this up on a needle, and then we're just going to just sew it in, sew in your ends. As much as you guys hate that, you have to do it. Now at this point, you can choose to keep using the same color or change it. In my case, I changed it. You're going to chain 15 again, but this time you're going to join it into the middle of the circle you just did. Once it's joined, you're going to chain 2 and you're going to do the same thing you did for the first circle, and you're going to double crochet evenly around, just around this loop. Now this is what it should look like. You have two circles inside of each other. So of course you're going to sew in your ends and you're going to cut them. So you're going to keep repeating that until you have a desired size of a flower that you want. In my case, I think I did about 12. Do I have to count this right now? Let's just say I did about 12. And so what I wanted to do was take some green and do the same exact thing and put it towards one of the ends. And what that would look like, it will make it look like you have a leaf. You'll see, this sounds silly, but you'll see. Give it some time. Be patient. Okay, so I did about 3 of those and I sewed in all the ends, and that's what this little chain thing will start to look like. So I take the part that is the flower color and I start to twist it onto its end. I'm just rolling it, nothing crazy, nothing special. And then I'm going to thread up a needle and I'm going to sew this in place. You see how it's starting to look like a rose? That's what you want. There's no exact science to it. I'm just rolling and trying to make it look like a rose or a flower of some sort. And now let's sew that into place. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for a fake rose. Now let's start on the leaves and getting those in place. So I'm extremely happy about this. It looks pretty good. I hope it was easy for you guys. You can go from here and just attach it to a hat. In this case, this was made for a hat pattern that I have for sale, and it's in the description box below. Now let's start on a new flower. Now this one will be made using a series of different sizes of circles. And so up here, I'm going to link you to my circles video. All it is just a different sizes of circles. Nothing crazy or anything like that. So I did one larger one that was 6 rows. Yep. And then I did 4 smaller ones, which were 4 rows. First, we're going to start with the larger circle. First, I'm going to fold it in half. Then I'm going to start twirling it on itself. And then I'm going to take a needle and I'm going to sew it in place. You see that twirl? That's what we want. So start sewing that into place. And this is what it should look like once it's sewn into place. Next, you're going to grab one of your little small circles and you're going to thread that up on a needle. This is not important, it's just me being picky. That's the front side, this is the back side. So I like to have the front side facing out because it seems that when you have the front side facing out, it seems to curl a lot better, and that's what you want. So holding your little middle piece there, which is your big circle, you're going to take all these little small circles and you're going to start to wrap around the larger circle that's in the middle there. So you're going to overlap them as you go in this manner. Make sure that you're overlapping these yellow smaller circles so that they look like they're little petals that are all overlapping, laying just so over each other. Make sure that the top is even, like you don't have any that's lower than the other one. And then you're going to take and sew that into place. A nice pair of grippy pliers is going to be very helpful at this point. Now keep sewing those petals into place. And that's what it should look like. It's very sturdy. It doesn't come loose because you sewed everything into place. So just now we just made a closed rose. I don't know, I think so, right? Not a tulip or anything. I'm not really good with flowers. But anyway, I think it's a closed rose. We're just gonna call it a closed rose. And then this one is an open rose. And now from this point, you can take your roses, quote unquote, and you can sew them to anything. You can sew it to a jacket, you can sew it to a hat, you can sew it to a bag, you sew it to anything. Like I said earlier, this was to be included in a hat pattern that I made, which is available in the description box below. Hope you can use it for that, or you can use it for anything else. And as always, thank you so much for watching.